International.
Nigga, we made it!
Hey. We made it.
Nigga, we made it!
Nigga, we made it.
Thank God!
Hey.
Thank the Lord! Thank Christ! I'm not even a holy person, but I want you to thank the God above. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it through the first 3 seasons of Power Rangers Mighty Morphin. I did not think I would come out on the other end of this thing alive. Because there's a lot of stuff in Mighty Morphin that's bad. 50 plus episodes for each season is a lot of damn episodes. And I thought I was going to a dark place. I was seeing a light. Lord Jesus. But we are here. And it's going to be alright. Now, season 3 of Mighty Morphin is a very ambitious season. You have a lot of interesting concepts, and they also deliver on a lot of those things to the end. But this season of Mighty Morphin has the most cringe, way more cringe than season 1, way more cringe than season 2, and some awful CGI. Meaning, it's a typical season of Power Rangers. Let's go! So, whenever anybody talks about the 3rd season of Mighty Morphin, they'll always mention the Ninja Quest. They'll talk about Kimberly leaving the show and being replaced by Catherine. They'll talk about Aisha leaving the show and her being replaced by Tanya. And they'll mention the Alien Rangers as a little throw-in towards the end. And that's it. That's Mighty Morphin Season 3. But oh no, there is a lot of stuff in this season that people don't talk about. And today, we're getting ready to bust it wide open. Pornhub style. Busting it wide open. Yeah. The plot of this season goes like this. The Rangers are recovering from their battle with Rito Repulsa, where Rito destroyed their Zords and their powers. So the Power Rangers all go out on a quest to get more power to continue to be able to defend the planet Earth. The season opened up with some real heavy hearts. The season opened up the way I would have opened it up, meaning it opened up great because you have the Rangers that are walking around their Zords that have been destroyed. You see the Megazord head that's on the ground, completely decapitated from the body with a wire sticking out. I thought that looked great. And it got across to kids watching or adults watching like me that the Rangers lost. And you don't know how they're going to be able to recover and win. I thought that was a really genius decision. And it really did set the stage for Rito Repulsa to be this extremely badass villain. I'm going to talk about what happens to Rito later on, because there's some stuff we got to talk about. This season of the show has too many similarities to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie from the same year. Oh my God. First off, if you've seen the movie, you've seen a good portion of this season. And when I say that, I'm talking about the Ninja Quest aspect of the show. It's very similar to the movie. The Rangers lose their powers. They have to go on a quest to some mythical person to get more power. And the Ninja Quest plays out very similar to how it did in the movie. The Rangers all get the correct according animal that they had from the movie. We know Tommy had the Falcon and Adam had the frog. We know those things are very similar to the movie. Also, the costumes are extremely similar. I probably can't say they're the same costumes because technically Fox Studios owns the movie costumes. but they're the same damn costume. Now, certain aspects of the ninja aspect of this season is a lot better than it was in the movie. When you see them in their ninja costumes during the season, they have ninja abilities, which is so cool. You see Adam grow to this giant size, right? You see Tommy and Kimberly do some type of jutsu attack together.
Double Ninja Ranger power! Summon laser power!
Summon laser power!
Combine laser power now!
You saw other Rangers making themselves disappear into the ground and duplicate themselves. The ninja aspect in combat when there are Rangers is really, really cool, and it makes battle feel more refreshing than just the typical karate stuff that goes on. The Power Rangers movie had Dalcia, that was the mythical being that gave them the powers of the Ninjara. But in the season, it's Ninjara. I had real faint memories of Ninjara from my childhood, and I was like, this dude's getting ready to be worse than Bulk and Skull. He's getting ready to be super, super annoying. Like, you don't know how annoying. And I was relieved to say he wasn't. Now, his voice is weird. His voice is weird. It's like the kind of voice you get when you're talking into a fan. It's just weird, man.
Time's up, and that's a lovely story. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Wait, we're the Power Rangers.
Which means what?
Will you just listen? The world's in incredible danger.
Not my problem. Go away, please.
It's, but beyond the voice, I actually like the character a lot because he brought a sense of fun, a sense of adventure to the battlefield that you don't get that often from other people. Also, him being this larger than life being, right? This otherworldly being, and being involved in battle made him so much more interesting than Zordon. We know Zordon sits in the tube and barks out commands, Rangers. But Ninjara got involved. New powers mean new Zords. A Ranger tradition, right? They have that in this movie. Like I said earlier, the Ranger association with the animals are all the same from the movie, except Rocky. Can somebody tell me how this is an ape? Can somebody tell me how that is an ape? I'm just trying to figure out, is that an ape or a samurai? That's a samurai, but they call it an ape. Okay, that's one point for weirdness. But what really struck me watching the Zords is how awful this CGI looks. And I am not comparing it to today's CGI. I am not comparing it to the CGI from the movie. I'm comparing it to the CGI and the toys from Mighty Morphin. Why does Mighty Morphin look better in the Zord sequence than what this looks? I mean, good God. Look at the first two seasons of Mighty Morphin. Those toys look way better than this awful CGI effect. This CGI looks like Tauros shit. This CGI looks like Koala Bear Dookie. It's bad. Real bad. This is fucked up. The CGI looks awful. It's really bad here. I was watching this in my living room like, can somebody explain this? Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on with this? As some of you guys already know, Kat is introduced in this season, better off known as Catherine, and we all know eventually she winds up replacing Kimberly. Now, her being in the season was really weird because you could tell the writers wanted to do something more mature with the team of Power Rangers. There are moments where there's a little relationship tension between Kimberly, Tommy, and Catherine. But the writers put it there, but they don't say it. It's there for you to see, but they don't say anything about it. That was the first thing that was weird. You see it a few times early on in the season. But what really made it weird is not even knowing Catherine is going to replace Kimberly. You already know she's going to replace Kimberly. And the reason how you know is because before Catherine was even introduced in the season, Kimberly is talking to her mother. Her mother got married to a guy in Paris. So her mother was going to go to Paris. And at the end of the school year, Kimberly was going to go with her mother. So she was going to leave Angel Grove. And when you first meet Catherine, okay, she's attractive, she's a white woman, she's blonde. That is the replacement for Kimberly. You automatically knew. And it just made some situations kind of weird. This season of the show deserves several compliments though, right? When you talk about the third season of Mighty Morphin, they really did get out of the Monster of the Week format. That format was killing me. It's killing me, man. But this season had numerous arcs. You don't know how many times the screen said to be continued. And I'm like, oh, I see the writers are trying to actually develop these characters and put them in places that advances them. I really enjoyed that this season of the show. Also, Kimberly and Tommy's relationship is a confirmed relationship. You know how in the first season and the second season, you could tell they liked each other. We know that they went on several dances together. There was chemistry there. There was sexual tension there. We all remember the moments, but they never really gave you anything definitive. This season gave that to you. You see Kimberly talking to Tommy or talking to other Rangers about Tommy, and she's saying, hey, you know, me and Tommy are going to go out to the movies Saturday night. I was like, okay, people in relationships do that. And then, even for a Christmas-themed episode, they had a mistletoe. And Tommy and Kimberly kissed under the mistletoe. Tommy's driving Kimberly home, and he kisses her on the cheek. I thought those were very important things for the writers to put in the season, especially considering that Kimberly winds up leaving due to the fact that she's part of a gymnastics group from Florida. I thought that was great how they set the stage for her to leave, and she left more elegantly than Jason, Trini, and Zach. Because that world peace thing from season 2, weird. Real weird. Also, if you're going to talk about those three, you have to be able to talk about Rocky and Adam. They just exist in this season. You know, they just hanging around. They ain't really got nothing to do. They just chilling, and they are wasted the entire season. There are moments where you kind of forget that they're there. I was like on episode 25, like, damn, Adam, where you been? In every episode, he just hasn't really had shit to do. I thought that was a missed opportunity by the writers. Every season of Power Rangers always has these kid messages, right? Each episode is kind of themed around giving children at home a positive message about life and school, being healthy, etc. This season of the show had some of that for kids still, but overall, I felt like the messages this season were designed for people in general. And that is a credit to the writing team. I thought that was more creative than just saying, hey kids, stay in school, don't do drugs. They had messages that people in my age group can actually look at and be like, hey, that's pretty dope, or that's important. At the end of this season, before we get to the Alien Ranger arc, the Rangers are transformed into kids. And when I tell you that was cringe, oh my God, you just don't know. It is super, super cringy, especially once you know the behind the scenes reason for them being turned into kids. That was just, whoa, okay, it was super cringe. But even beyond the cringiness of them being transformed into kids, it was how the villains were handled around that time point that was just truly awful. Like I said, I'm going to get back into Rito and Goldar and all those people. Goldar is pathetic. If you're looking for the same Goldar that fought Jason and Tommy in alternate dimensions, that guy is gone. He's somewhere else now. We're dealing with comedic Goldar that doesn't know how to count, doesn't know his name, can't do anything right. This Goldar is a complete waste this season. Rito Repulsa opens up the season as a complete badass, doing all of this amazing stuff, taking down the Zords, wiping out the Power Rangers, walking around as a skeleton, looking pretty cool. Y'all, towards the middle part of the season, the show turns into Home Alone. It turns into 101 Dalmatians. It turns into some weird stuff because the kids, when they're Rangers, are running from Rito and they're making him trip and fall over into shopping carts. They're throwing food and popcorn at him and he's getting pummeled to the ground. Oh, that is just a disrespectful way to treat a villain that you set it up as this ultimate menace. And that happens. That's messed up, man. That was a missed opportunity. Although it does kind of assist Rita's father in how badass he was and how intimidating and how powerful his presence was when he enters the show. Lord Zed and Rita are just doing their comedic banter back and forth. Lord Zed is not intimidating at all this season. He opened up season 2 on a terror, and since then, he ain't been nothing special. The Alien Rangers are definitely a cool concept in the show. I am not disrespecting them at all. I think that the whole idea of having a Ranger team from another planet is cool because you wonder, how do they look? What is their way of life? What's their moral code? Those are all big questions you have. But the minute you see them, you like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody got more creativity than this? Because the makeup team could have at least colored their faces, colored the open part of their chest, colored their hands. They could have did something extra besides strapping brain helmets onto their head. That design choice is just stupid. It's bland and it reeks of a lack of creativity. The only thing they do in the entire season to represent that they are from another planet, beyond the helmet, is holding their hands like this and moving their neck real stiff. Now we all know that the Alien Rangers are based upon the Ninja Sentai. The Ranger suits look fine. I like the suits. The voices are kind of weird, but I can deal with the voices. This was the first time we had a woman be the leader of the Power Rangers, or some incarnation of a woman. I thought that was cool. But when they run into issues later on where they need water to survive, that was really creative writing because it gave the showrunners an out to people saying in the future, hey, why won't the Power Rangers just call the Alien Rangers down? Well, now you know why they can't do that, because they need water to survive. They come from a water-based planet. Speaking of water, when the Blue Ranger, the Blue Alien Ranger, when he needed water in one of them episodes, my man had damn near a stroke.
Excellent work. Way to go.
Sestro.
Ay, ay,
Are you
ay.
alright?
Destro.
Just getting weaker.
It must be his hydration level.
My people and I need to rehydrate soon.
He was sitting up there bucking his eyes. I spilled blood in Selma. I'm like, oh Lord. It was cringy as hell when they needed water. When they needed water, the acting got real bad. As much as the last 10 episodes were there to flesh out the season and to kind of wrap things up, it was also put there to set up Power Rangers Zeo, which I'm not going to get too upset about because I thought that the Zeo Crystal arc involving each individual Ranger was fine because we learned extra things about each individual Ranger's past that I thought was real cool in that moment, despite them being kids. But all of that was taken away when I finally found out the reason for why Aisha was no longer a Ranger. When she went to go get her Zeo Crystal, they dropped her ass off in Africa. Okay. Okay. And ultimately, she winds up staying because she wants to help the wildlife in Africa thrive and get healthy. Now, that makes sense for her character in a way because throughout the season, she did display a lot of passion and a lot of love for animals. We saw her taking care of a cat. We saw her taking care of a monkey. So it did make sense in a way for her character. She winds up giving the Zeo Crystal over to Tanya. And this is how Tanya enters the picture for Power Rangers Zeo. Once she does that, I was fine with everything up to that point. When Zordon dropped this bomb.
We shall miss you greatly, Aisha. We are all proud of your accomplishments.
I'm not gonna say goodbye, you guys. I love you, and being a part of you has meant everything to me.
We all feel the same about you. Aisha, your decision to remain has altered the course of your family's history, and you will find that they have joined you when the world is returned to the future.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. No. Hold on. Wait. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you get away with that. No. I'm calling you out. No. I am not going to let you get away with that. Are you telling me that Zordon has the ability to know space and time? He looked down this woman's entire family tree and said, everything's going to be fine. Damn, Zordon, where was that ability, I don't know, 2 seasons ago? That would have been real helpful during some of these other crises. Zordon, you holding out. The season ending with the destruction of the command center was another satisfying way to end it because it gave you so much hype and anticipation for what the next season of the show holds. How would they rebound? What new powers are they going to have? Is Zordon dead? Is Alpha dead? That was a really great decision by the people ahead of the show. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3. What does it get? What does it deserve? Season 3 of Mighty Morphin gets a mother freaking C+. I thought that it was a good season of the show. Now I can kind of see why people hold Mighty Morphin as a collection in really high regard. Because there are a lot of good things in Mighty Morphin. Damn near can I say some great things in Mighty Morphin that winded up laying the groundwork for future seasons of the show. Although too many parts of this season are repetitive from the actual 95 movie, I can give it a pass because it does so many things better than what the movie did. Anyway, it's been weird, but it's been real. I'm on like episode 10 of Power Rangers Zeo. I'm going to try to get that review to y'all next week. I got tacos upstairs. Yeah. Get out of here, bitch.
4G's on the G. I